Are we live? We are doing good today. For once. But now watch. The notifications ain't gonna come up. Stupid. Friggin'. Okay, you heard it. You heard it. Chit chat. There we go. Yes. So notifications are working. Let me sign into chat. Or do I have to charge? I'm not gonna sign into chat. I don't think I want to. How do I get rid of this? Okay. While you guys are, I'm gonna let people, I'm trying to sign in. What is our email address? I'm gonna turn the light on. I had to change my password. I have to keep signing in for. I have no idea if there's anybody in here right now. I'm signing in. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny as hell. It signed me in as DK Lucas 1. That's my Google that I use. That's funny. That's really funny. That's really funny. That's funny. That's funny. I don't even know what. Can I keep adjusting this? So I finally got OBS to work and stream again, and I had no idea how the hell I did that. I guess maybe there's a few brain cells up there that are still working. I don't know about that. And yes, I am drinking coffee. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. It's beautiful here. The weather has cooled down so much in Alabama. It is so nice outside. Later on, I'm going to take the garbage out and go take a walk to the store. At least it's not 100 fucking degrees outside. I'll tell you what, man. It just... I don't know even what to say anymore. That is a good request. Please, if you guys are coming into the chat, be civil. You know, don't be assholes. Because I will get rid of you. Or I will make mods. I will choose mods, and the mods will get rid of you. As I'm getting back into this streaming thing, because I've been kind of not wanting to do it, and here I am. Oh. One thing I don't understand about YouTube is when I started a channel back in 2015, okay, if you made a video or a live stream like we're doing today, once that live stream is done and it's part of the channel, that live stream is supposed to be the property of the owner. And if you use the video or live stream without the owner's permission, that back then it was considered stealing. It was considered content theft. Now YouTube thinks it's very, very hard now to prove content theft or copyright theft. Now people are saying fair use. I really don't see where that is fair use. I really don't. At one time that used to be, you know, I made the video, I posted it on my channel, that it's supposed to be copyrighted and it's supposed to be my property, and if you take that video and use it for something else, or like this one channel, I really don't think they know who I am. I'm always under the guise of the names in the chat room. I never use this channel for anything except for technology and stuff like that. But it's a podcast called Two Lees in a Pod. And those women are nothing but nasty and vile and use attacks. I don't want to get into this, you know, I don't want to start slinging mud, but what they're doing is they're using misinformation and personal information to stalk and harass and defame another YouTuber by the name of Jeremy Hales, who I look up to because he does good. And if you want to watch about having fun and treasure hunting and giving back to the community and what else do they do? Storage unit. They buy storage units and go through the storage units. It's fun. They're a fun team, and I have a lot of respect for Jeremy and George. And what these two ladies are doing to them is just twisting the truth from what it's supposed to be. And that's not what YouTube is supposed to be used for. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My butt's getting tired from sitting on this chair. That's not what YouTube is supposed to be used for. Technically, that is a violation of the terms of service with YouTube. You keep going after people and going after people and going after people with your channel, and you're sitting there harassing and defaming somebody. Technically, that's a violation of the terms of service. And I will tell you this, I have been watching their little broadcasts, little podcasts, and I have been reporting it, because what they're doing isn't right. Because you don't like somebody doesn't mean get on a public forum and start trashing them for no reason based on information that you heard from somebody that was a pathological liar. And then that pathological... Jeremy and George, I love you guys to death. If you ever see this video, I love you guys to death. And I am 100%, 110% behind you. So is Veterans Nation. We're all behind you. All the people that are subscribers to your channel, we are all 100% behind you. I'm 100% behind you. And I have been fighting for you. I'm not going to let these two lead people, I call them two fleas in a pod. I'm not going to let them keep harassing you. I'm going to keep reporting it until YouTube actually does something about it. Because that's how I am. If I see another YouTube channel being abused for no reason, I'm going to report you. Because that's not right. That's not right. You shouldn't be doing that stuff. That's not what YouTube is for. If you're going to use YouTube, my ears itchy. I'm crude and rude. You gotta know, hey, you piss me off, you're gonna know it in a hurry. That German side of my family comes out. But what I was saying was, and I know I keep repeating it, but if you're using YouTube to harass and bash somebody because you don't like them, just simply don't subscribe to them and don't watch them. And I don't know, if I'll probably get to that today. I'm trying to see how long we've been on. How come it's not telling me how long I've been on? Usually it tells me how long I've been on, and it's not telling me how long I've been on. That's okay. I'm trying to look at this stupid panel down here. Okay. I have a Logitech. This is a Logitech C270 720 camera, and I like it. I've had it. It still works good. Where do we go from here? Well, I don't know. My cigarette went out. There's probably nobody in the chat. Probably nobody watching this. I have no way of telling, to be honest with you. You just tell me how long I've been on. That's one thing about this channel. Okay, it's down here at the bottom. Okay, it's way down in the bottom in the corner here. One thing about this channel is, and I'm gonna put it right out there. Okay, for number one, I don't care about the views. I don't care about subscribers. If you want to subscribe to this channel because you see something that you like, or I'm touching on stuff that you like, that's good. That's fine. I don't want to be monetized because normally YouTube takes most of the money anyway. Take 30 or 40%, or take 30% of it. So you're not really making no money off of it. They changed it. You had to have 1,000 subscribers to be. You had to have 1,000 subscribers to be monetized. To me, it's not worth it. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about learning how to program remotes, working on computers, setting up TV sets, maybe just a little bit of weather. I guess when the weather starts getting bad here, I'll go back to recording it again, because it's actually fun doing all that. To me it is. But that's not what this channel, I mean, that being monetized and having 1,000 subscribers and making money off of YouTube, that's not what this is about. It's like I said, this channel is about helping people with remote controls. And like I said in the last stream, I appreciate the comments saying thank you. You have helped me. That makes me feel good. Makes me feel giddy inside. If people actually watched my videos, some of the remote control videos have thousands of views. I think there was one video that RCA 503B, whatever the hell that is, has over 9,000 views. But see, it's not the views for me, it's not the subscribers, it's not about being monetized, it's about teaching people, showing people how to do stuff. This is how you program your TV. This is how you do this. This is how you set up everything. That's what it's about. And maybe having a little fun along the way. That's the main part of it. Turn this there. That light in my eyes. And that's what this channel is for. It's to help people. It's not about it's also not about trashing people. And that's not what, typically that's not what YouTube is supposed to be used for. We're doing good, no drops frames. So we're doing okay. Cause I have Spectrum Internet. I remember, hey, you wanna hear a freaking story, man? When I first started streaming, I didn't have Spectrum Internet. I had AT&T DSL. And, the streams were so bad. It was so hard to get everything hooked up and connected and everything. And yes, it is a $2 bill behind me in a frame. I don't see too many of them. I think the government was trying to get rid of the $2 bill. Oh, it's just been one hell of a week. But like I said, if the two Lees, which I probably won't ever see this, never see this video because they don't know nothing about this channel. And even if they did, they can't do nothing. Because one thing, if they bash me, I'll get them for harassment and defamation. You use my property without my permission, I'm gonna put a copyright on your ass. Because as far as I know, and I don't know if YouTube changed it or not, live streams and videos that I post on my channel belong to this channel. They're my property. If you use it for any other purpose and you can't claim fair use, because one, you're not journalists, you're just two ugly old, probably two ugly old women who do nothing but harass channels. And we're going to get to that in just a few minutes. I want to do a shout out to I'm going to do some shout outs. If you like treasure hunting and damn noisy ass neighbors around here. If you like treasure hunting and having fun and what was that? Storage units and stuff. I urge you to go to What the Hells and watch them. Jeremy is a real funny guy. I like him. and you know, he has fun doing what he does. There's another 2 channels. Now, Jeremy owns property in Otter Creek, Florida, and I think it's What You Do in Willis. Travis Willis has 2 YouTube channels. I suggest you check them out. What You Do in Willis and Tubetown. And Tubetown was supposed to be made to harass the neighbors, but it ended up being a fun place, and actually it's pretty popular. I would go to those 2 channels and support them. Like and subscribe to them channels. Willis is something else. I like him. He's funny. I hate that. They're good people. What I'm saying is they're good people. They're good people and don't deserve to be trashed. Now, I'm going to get into the story. I hope. Let me see if there's anybody here. I can't tell there's nobody in the chat because it doesn't tell me. The chat's right here, but I can't. Let me tell you a little story. Now, George and Jeremy, they live in Ohio, and they got their business with the storage units and selling stuff on eBay, and now they're doing the Whatnot app thing. But they started in Ohio, and they got their little business in Ohio. So I guess they decided they wanted to move to Florida. So they went to Otter Creek, Florida, and they found a property and they bought that property. Now, at the time when Jeremy and George moved onto that property, Lynette Preston and John Cook didn't live on that property. They lived in the property across the street from them, which is a garbage dump, basically. So what happened is, these 2 characters found out about Jeremy, and they moved to Otter Creek. They bought the property across the street from Jeremy and George, thinking, oh, well, you know, he's a famous YouTuber. We can grift money from him and get stuff from him. And when they tried that, and Jeremy said no, these vicious attacks started. One thing it does piss me off, and I'm not going to say the, you know, she had put up signs saying that he had SA'd her little 4-year-old, that Jeremy had SA'd her little 4-year-old daughter. That's the kind of vicious attacks. Her ex-husband pulls a gun on Jeremy. Then somebody that was visiting Tubetown, and you can go to What You Do in Willis and YouTube, Tubetown, YouTubetown. I think he made a video of it. I believe he did make a video of it, and you had to kind of watch because he actually got camera footage of it. And this John Cook actually pulled a gun on somebody else and their little daughter when they were visiting Tubetown. So this is the kind of you know, up here isn't working for them, obviously. So let's get back to the story. So all this harassment from Michelle and John, and Jeremy put up with it for so long. When it wouldn't stop, they were issued a cease and desist, and they wouldn't stop. Jeremy tried to get an injunction, tried to get a protection order in Florida, and he couldn't do it. They wouldn't grant it for him. And this is the good part. So when he went back to Ohio, he filed for a protection order, and the judge listened to him, looked at the evidence, and issued it. And ever since then, they've been violating that. John and Lynette have been violating that temporary. It wasn't temporary. I think it went full. I think it's a permanent, but I'm not sure. I'd have to check with Jeremy. I think it's a permanent one now. It still might be temporary, but they kept violating it and violating it and violating it, and you know, Jeremy did what I would have done in the case, and I'm 100% behind him. Went to court and filed a complaint against Lynette and John for violating that TPO. And you know what she did? She went to Levy County. They live in Otter Creek is in Levy County, Florida. So you know what she did? When they announced it on their Sunday Live that they were going to get the order against them. Excuse me. But they got the temporary order, and they announced that they were going to do that in Ohio. She ran to the Levy County, Florida court and tried 2 times, and they wouldn't give it to her until she started bitching and moaning and groaning, and she got the hearing. I would say that it's 300 how many pages was that? 300 and something pages long of nothing but hearsay. Nothing but hearsay evidence. This judge really don't want me to get into that thing with the judge, but the judge, they did finally get a court date, and that judge was just after Jeremy more than he was, because I'm screwing this all up. I'm sorry. It's just hard to remember everything that happened. But first of all, when Lynette went before the judge, it's what they call an ex parte meeting, which means the judge was giving her legal advice without the presence of Jeremy and his counsel, which is a no-no. They get to these court hearings, and it was just a mess. And Jeremy was never able to. Lynette was just telling so many damn lies in the damn thing in court, and it was ridiculous. And this judge believed her. Jeremy filed a motion to have the judge. Basically, what he did was, what happened was, I'm trying. Please be. It's just a lot of information that I'm still trying to process, because I don't understand why this. I don't even understand how this goddamn thing got started in the first place. If you wouldn't have stopped Jeremy to Florida, to Otter Creek, this would have never happened. But she went to the court, and this judge believed that Jeremy was harassing her and all this other shit, and it was just a mess. And the final straw was that this stupid ass judge put a TPO on Jeremy Hales based on the rantings and lies of a pathological liar. In the process of that TPO, he couldn't drive down his own driveway to leave to go wherever he wanted to go. His First Amendment, his First Amendment right was taken away from him. His Second Amendment right was taken away from him. and a bunch of other ones that were taken away from him because of this stupid judge. Because this judge and this woman, so, you know, Jeremy did file a motion to have him, have Judge Thomas's removed from the bench. He denied it, to recuse himself. He filed another one later on, I think it was this year, one earlier this year, for the judge to recuse himself from the case. He denied it and had this big, you know, reason why. Third time, the judge, he filed a motion to have him recuse himself, and he denied it again. So what Jeremy and his attorney did was file a thing called a writ of prohibition, and it kicked it up to the higher court in Florida. I don't remember how long ago it has been, but the Florida court, the main Florida court, actually granted that writ of prohibition and took him off the case. Which is good, because now it's going to be heard from another judge who, from what I understood, and there's more to come to this, but this judge don't take no shit, from what I understand. And it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The whole thing was ridiculous at the beginning with. If the judge would have done his goddamn job, it would have got thrown out of court and let that be crying in her suit, make fake crying in her beer. Now this has gone on. The judge had already, so it was assigned to another judge. Good thing is, today is what, the 7th of September. It was on the 4th of this, it was the 4th. The hearing was on the 4th. The judge dismissed the case completely. Jeremy got all his rights back and everything back again. Now, these two, I call them two fleas in a pod. It's a YouTube channel called Two Lees, Lees' in a pod. And let's see how long we're doing here. It's called Two Lees in a pod. And they've been using all kinds of misinformation, and they did an interview with Michelle Preston and believed all her lies, that Jeremy did this and Jeremy did that and Jeremy's doing this and George and Jeremy are doing this and that. And they believed her lies and started bashing Jeremy like there was no tomorrow. Then they got their kids, and he got Jeremy's son involved in it, and that's even more disgusting. And I will tell you what, I believe that if you're a YouTuber and you don't want your life, your private life being out there in the open, that's your right. You have that right not to let your private life be open like that. And they just attacked him, and then other channels were attacking him and saying, then there's Bruce Matskin, who's some scummy ass lawyer in Massachusetts. It was Connecticut, but it looks like the thing was signed in Massachusetts. And we're going to get into this paperwork too, because this is just another ridiculous attempt. See, he's using Scott Stark. So this Bruce Matskin and who's lawyer A is now going with lawyer B, who's another shady ass lawyer in Florida, and now and Bruce appeared on, and that was your biggest stupid mistake, Brucey. You got on that fucking channel and you started running your fucking mouth. Now everybody in the world knows what you're doing, and you're not gonna win in court. There's no way you're gonna win in court. But lawyer A, Bruce Maskin, got with Stark, who is a practicing lawyer in Florida, and they're shady as hell lawyers. I think they're out to get their name out there and get money from, and this, you know, like I said, the first thing, the injunction thing with Jeremy got thrown out. Now all of a sudden, this comes out. And this is a public record, and I'm glad that Camera can't catch their names. What these two asshole lawyers are doing now is they're trying to sue excuse me. What these two shady ass lawyers are trying to do now is sue Jeremy George, a lawyer called who has a wonderful YouTube channel. I like Larry. It's called the DUI Guy Plus, and GJ. Don't remember what his real name is. It's called DJ Radis. And what they're trying to sue him for is using Michelle's name and image and all that shit in videos. Now they're trying to sue these people for that. And I was on Veteran Nation this morning, and looks like they're going after George and Jeremy. What this is about, I'm gonna. Okay, Florida Statute 540.08. That's the only thing that he quoted him on. They forgot about. They forgot about the exceptions. I'm really sorry about that. They forgot about the exceptions. See, they would try to sue him, saying they were using it for commercial use. And it's what DUI guy said, Larry. They were trying to sue him because of views and making money and everything else. And what do you think these news companies do? All these major news companies, ABC, Fox, all of them. But Brucey boy, forgot about the provision, the exceptions. I'm sorry, the exceptions. Which I don't have the Florida statute actually pulled up, or have a copy of it. It basically says, and that's what they do. They're reporting it as a news story of their life. That is part of the exception. They can use those images and everything in they can of images and likenesses and everything because they're covering it as a news story. And this lawyer is trying to get him on that. Well, I found out today that I was on Veteran Nation, and that's another great channel if you're a veteran. It's called Veterans Nation. Called Veterans Nation. It's another great channel if you're a veteran, because he fights for the rights for people who are being done wrong. And he was showing documents that was given to him by somebody that in this in this right here, they were dropping they were dropping let me see. Okay, count two. They were dropping. The attorney was dropping count two, which is no. He was. I was getting the information wrong. He's dropping count three, which is Larry Foreman. Count four against DJ Radis. And count five, which is against all defendants. It looks like he's going after Jeremy and George, because this shady ass lawyer knows that he'll never win against the DUI guy, Larry Foreman. There's no way. And I think this is going to go away pretty fast, because Jeremy and George have all the information. They have the receipts, they have the proof. But what it is I think it's a ploy. And from what I understand, it's a ploy to take this to a federal court. And it's Maskin and Scott. I'm going to try to get a permanent injunction against Jeremy, which I don't think it's going to happen. To be honest with you, I really don't think it's going to happen. Because Jeremy has the proof that John Cook and Lynette Preston stalked them to Otter Creek. They're not stalking Lynette. They didn't start reporting all this stuff until there was so much corruption, and Jeremy covered the corruption in the Otter Creek City Hall because they were stealing money from. They were charging him more money for water than they were charging everybody else, and Jeremy just that's how it all got started. About filming for their protection. I will probably film for my protection too now, but that's how it got started. They were filming the corruption in the town hall and everything, and that's how all this stuff got started. And Lynette thought, "Oh, I'm going to join in on all this." It's just one big damn mess. I'm going to tell you like it is. Just one big fucking mess that was started by Lynette Preston. I would suggest watching What the Hells and watching it for yourself, and then coming back on here and commenting what you think. That little 4-year-old or 5-year-old daughter living the way she is and the stuff that she's going through doesn't deserve to be with her. And we are fighting to get, we're fighting for that. Fighting for that little girl to get back to either her biological family or to a family that's going to love her and take care of her. Because she's supposed to have some kind of disorder, but a metabolic disorder which is curable by medicine and diet. I shake my head at what's going on here. And being a YouTuber since 2015, now I did take down the first channel, and I put up another one because I wanted to start over again. I wanted to start doing better. Like I said, I'm not doing it for the views or the subscribers or being monetized. I'm doing it to help people. And I absolutely am pissed off that a YouTube channel or YouTube channels are going after Jeremy and George and all their friends, bashing them and attacking them. There's another one too, Madam Mayor's Adventures. If you like stuff about travel, Madam Mayor is Mayor Therese Granger and her husband Brett. Therese, when they got rid of Russell Meeks as the mayor of Otter Creek, she was the mayor for a little bit. But because of this stupid thing with Florida, I don't know, I forgot what the hell that was. It had something to do with having disclosure information about everything. And she didn't want to be a part of it and retired. They sold they had a campground in Otter Creek, and that's where Jeremy and them stayed when they came to Florida. And I think their business plan is great. If I had the money to invest in it, I would do it too. I would do it too. I just don't have, and I don't have the facilities to, you know, to store stuff. So, yeah, it just, all this shit got started because Michelle and John wanted to get something from Jeremy, and Jeremy told them no. And then all this vicious attack started, and Jeremy put up with that shit for so long without saying a damn thing. And then that's when the final blow hit. Jeremy just started going off. That's why he got the injunction, and they found him guilty. I don't know if they found him guilty the second time. I know they had to go back because of a contempt of court. But I know the first time they found him guilty of breaking the TPO. I'm hoping that this judge finds him guilty again of contempt and they actually lock their ass up. And this shit will stop. I'm sure Brucey Boy will have to drop that case. Because they don't have nothing, first of all, there's no grounds. This right here is a frivolous lawsuit. I think that's why he dropped counts 3, 4, and 5 of the initial complaint, of that initial complaint, because they know that he wasn't going to win. Because one, Larry Foreman, the DUI guy, is a lawyer, and Larry will rip his ass apart in a heartbeat. I hope Larry gets with George and Jeremy and gets that thing to practice in Florida and will stand up behind Jeremy and George, because they didn't do nothing, but the proof is there. Jeremy and George have the proof. They have everything. And I think that this is all going to come to an end. Eventually it will come to an end. As far as two fleas in a pod, two leads, whatever the fuck you call your name, as long as you are bashing people on your YouTube channel, I'm going to continue to report you because you are in violation of YouTube's terms of service. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not journalism. You're not journalism. You're not journalists. You're two viral women, like bashing people, and then you're bringing their friends into it. That's why your ass got reported, because what you're doing is wrong. I hope Jeremy gets your ass. I hope Jeremy gets your channel taken down. Me, if I got this channel taken down, I wouldn't give a shit. I really don't give a rat's ass. YouTube is not supposed to be for bashing channels. And as soon as I get done with this stream, I'm going to sign back onto my main channel. I'm going to watch a football game. Because that's how I am. I just wanted to set the story straight. Because Jeremy and George Hales are being wronged by somebody. Thank God that that temporary and protection order got taken away. But the judge said he didn't want that shit in front of him again. I think this right here, eventually the counts against Jeremy and George are going to be dismissed too, because the judge told him in that hearing on the 4th, he didn't want that shit in front about Jeremy in his courtroom again. And I think this is going to come to an end. I think what's going to happen is they're going to try to file a federal lawsuit. And I don't think that's going to come to anything either, because Jeremy has the proof. Jeremy has the proof. And it's all going to come out. In the end, I think it's going to come out in Jeremy and George's favor. And they can get their lives back. Spending almost close to $200,000 just in legal fees because of this stupid bitch. Telling lies. And she goes on podcasts and tells lies, and them two fleas believed her. And then they used Jeremy's son. But we know the truth. If you go back and watch What the Hales, I think they have the playlists of everything that's been going on. I would suggest, if you like stuff like that, they're good people. Good people, and they're trying to help people. And last year, they did a thing called Christmas in the Creek. They bought all these toys and stuff for kids, the children that live in Levy County, Florida, and gave them away. That's how kind-hearted that man is. I'm going to tell you something, too. There's been a couple times I've watched Jeremy, and they bought a storage unit, and the people wanted the stuff back from that storage unit, and Jeremy made the arrangements and gave that stuff back, or whatever property that they wanted back. Jeremy gave it right back to them. Because that's the kind of person Jeremy is. Jeremy's also a person that if an auctioneer did something wrong, he actually took care of it. He got his money back. That's a lot. You have to go back and watch those videos. You have to go to What the Hell and start watching them. It's amazing. And I like Jeremy and George, and I'm 100% behind them. I have a lot of respect for Jeremy and George and what they're doing. And they're doing that whatnot thing. They're auctioning off the items from storage units. I really don't know if they're going to do Christmas in the Creek this year, because they're almost $200,000 in debt, in legal fees because of all this shit. And I don't know if it's going to happen. I know they still got gifts and toys and stuff left from last year. But that's the kind of people that Jeremy and George are. They're kind-hearted people who want to give back to the community. They're trying to help the community in any way they can. But you have channels like Two Lees and a Pod and Middletown's Best, Slug Entertainment, but Slug backed out because he got reported. He got called out on it. But people like myself and the many fans of What the Hells have been backing Jeremy up 100%. Jeremy said he was going after those channels, so I hope YouTube actually pulls their channel from being. I hope that Jeremy gets their channel taken away from him, because that's not what, like I said earlier, that's not what YouTube is for. YouTube shouldn't be used to have a channel, a podcast, or a live video like this with a bunch of people in chat harassing and calling that man names and hating Jeremy because you heard lies from a pathological damn liar, and now you're listening to that crap and you believing that shit, and now you're hating. You're using that channel to incite hate. Okay, I'm all for free speech. And I'm 100% behind free speech. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want on here. This is my channel. And this channel's not really for kids anyway. It's adult time. It's adult time. You're not gonna silence me. And I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna be relentless. Every podcast they do, every time they mention Jeremy or George or their friend, I'm gonna report their ass. People in the chat room, I'm gonna report your ass. You have the right to freedom of speech. If you're using it to harass and defame somebody and hate somebody, then your channel needs to be taken down. Because it is technically a violation of YouTube's terms of service. And I need to look on, when I get a chance, to see, because last time, when I first started YouTube, if you made a video or a live and that's on your account, it's part of your channel, that video or podcast or live stream is your property. And if you use that, if you took that video or that live stream and are using it for something other than, if you're using it without the permission of the owner, and I'm the owner of the property, videos and podcasts and live streams are my property, and you take it and you're using it to be vile and harass and defame and just be a couple of asshole bitches. Bitch, get that dildo out of your ass and think about what the fuck you're saying. If I were you, I'd shut the fuck up right now before your ass keeps getting writing checks to, your body keeps writing checks that your ass can't keep up with anymore. Jeremy's gonna get you eventually, so keep it up, because I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna report your ass. Oh, I've been sitting so long, I'm getting sore. So I'm gonna call this in a few minutes. Now, like I said, you got Madam Mayor's Adventures. That's Mayor Therese. Her name is Therese Granger, and her husband Brett have been traveling. If you like stuff about traveling, you can go to their channel, like and subscribe to their channel. You can go to What the Hells if you like treasure hunting and having fun and storage units and stuff like that. I suggest that you go to that channel and like and subscribe and watch his videos. I like Jeremy. I've never had anything against Jeremy. Never. I've been watching him since day one. You got what you doing, Willis? He has a channel out of Otter Creek. I would go to his channel and check out his. He's funny. And he tries to keep the humor in things. And you got Two Town, which is supposed to be created to harass the neighbors. That's what people are saying. But you can go to Two Town. They're playing games and having fun. Subscribe to that channel, those two channels too. And while you're at it, if you want to subscribe to this channel, make sure that you click subscribe and you click the bell to get all notifications, because for a while now YouTube's been acting like an asshole and unsubscribing people from channels. So I don't know what the hell that's all about. But for me, that's not what this channel is about. Subscribers and views. And I think I got this problem with the streaming stuff fixed. Maybe I'll do another live next week. Probably next weekend I'll probably do another live stream. But I might try to do it a little bit earlier in the day. Normally I would do it about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning my time. I'm in the Central Time Zone. So I would try to do it. I'm also going to send an email to, if Luke is here, Luke did come in. I'm going to ask him which one is the better streaming software. I might switch to StreamYard, start using StreamYard, and then I can invite people and we could have good discussions. That might be the next step for this channel. I don't know. I kind of have to see. To all the 50, I don't know, 54 subscribers I think there is on this channel now, I thank you for being subscribed to this channel. I really want to be thankful to thank everybody for being patient with me, trying to explain all this, and it's up here, but it's all mixed up because so much shit has happened. It was a big win for Jeremy when he got his rights back, and now this frivolous lawsuit has come up. But I don't think that's going to come to anything either. And I don't think if they go to a federal judge, that I don't think that that's going to come to anything. Hopefully it's in Jeremy and George's favor. I hope it is. I pray it is. I pray it is going to be in George and Jeremy's favor. And I think it will be. Because God looks down on his people. If you are a child of God, God looks down on us. He takes care of us. He protects us. And I think I'm hoping that this will end soon. I hope that the Ohio court finds Lynette and John guilty again, and they actually let their ass out. A lot of this will stop. Just remember, if you watch the videos, Jeremy didn't stop them. They moved to Otter Creek. They were setting up their business, and that's why they had the property where they had the property, because it was an ideal location for the business plan. And I praise them for that. They stalked him, thinking, well, maybe I could get something out of them. And then when that shit backfired, all this viral shit started spewing out at Jeremy and George. I wish you luck. But if I were you too, Michelle and Preston, I'd shut the fuck up too. Oh man, you need if you want to see the deposition from that first You can go to What the Hells, and he is broadcasting the deposition. I'm sure the two fleas are going to say something about that shit. But as far as I know, if it's a closed case, that information is public. It's public information. Just like this right here. That's public information. I have the proof and I have the receipts too, bitch. So you all need to stop. Bruce, my advice is to you is shut up and back out. You and Start. Because you're not going to win. And if Jeremy gets Larry behind you, you know you're going to lose. But like I said, I really like people from this channel to go to What the Hells and watch him and watch their videos, have fun and laugh and just enjoy Jeremy's personality. I like Jeremy and George's personality. I always have. I have nothing against them. They have done nothing wrong. They're just being pursued by a lunatic who doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. Which way is that coming from? That way. This is probably CSX. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, and going northeast is a city called Tarrant, and there's Tarrant City, and there's a CSX yard in Tarrant City. But I guess I'm going to end this stream real soon. I appreciate everybody who, even if this video doesn't get any views, I wanted the truth to be known. I wanted the truth to be told and what's happening. And that YouTube, if you do watch this video for any reason, you need to remove the two fleas in a pod YouTube channel because they're using it for hatred, defaming, and stalking somebody. And you need to remove that channel. Just, again, that's not what YouTube is supposed to be used for. That's not what YouTube is for. If you're going to do that crap, do it somewhere else. Well, I'm going to end this. God bless. Usually they'd be hauling ass through here. Alright, nope, it was just me. Oh well. Oh well. I'm going to end the stream. I just wanted the truth to be known. And I'll probably do another live sometime in the future. I will let you know. And be good. Be blessed. Have a good rest of your weekend. I will catch you on the next side. Thank you for watching. Stop streaming.